going to do a video on inequalities, and I just want to make sure that everybody remembers that the one that looks like an L is less than. The one that looks like an L with the little line under it is less than or equal to. And the way you can remember which one is less than or equal to is because there's an equal sign, but then we make it into a less than inequality symbol. And then we also have greater than and greater than or equal to. And inequalities are actually probably even more useful than equal signs to some degree because they can tell us a lot more and give us a little bit more freedom to do things. And I'm here today with a special guest. I'll introduce her in a little bit. But she's going to do an activity that kind of illustrates why inequalities are useful. So you can do this in this activity with my special guest. And all you have to do is not to cheat. It says, how many dots are there? Please follow the instruction as the actual answer is not important. So I'm going to show you a bunch of dots. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a bunch of dots. And then I want you to tell me how many dots you actually think there are. So here we go. And like I said, don't cheat. And the way you could cheat is by pressing pause on this. But my guest obviously can't press pause. All right. So I'm going to show you very, very quickly a bunch of dots. And you just have to tell me how many dots you think there are. Just a moment, please. Ready? Here we go. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. All right. You got it? All right. How many dots do you think there are?
About 22.
Ooh, okay. So, my guest said 22. And I don't know how many dots do you think there are. Do you think... Could you use an inequality to give me a range?
I could say between 20 and 25.
All right, so we're going to say let D equal dots. So my guess, which is actually Sarah, my wife, she said D, the number of dots, has to be greater than 20. And are you willing to say less than 25? You can say anything.
I'd say less than 30. Then.
All right, and the dots has to be less than 30. So if we were to draw a number line, here, first thing I would do is I'd use a ruler. So let's get rid of that number line. First thing I'd do is I'd use a ruler and I'd make it like this. And then just put in little arrows. And I'd put down D for dots. And then 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. So if D is greater than 20, you put an open circle on the 20 and it goes this way. And if D is less than 30, you put an open circle there and it'd be an arrow that way. So because we have two inequalities, it's going to be somewhere in there. All right, ready? I'm going to show you the same number of dots. And this is where it kind of goes off the inequality trail. I'm going to show you the same number of dots. And I want you to come up with a little bit more accurate guess. There you go. Same number of dots. Take a look. All right.
That was too quick.
All right. I'll show you one more time. Don't try to count them. You won't be able to count them. What do you notice about this? All right. And now I'm going to take it back off.
It's obviously an an odd number.
Ah, okay. And so this is where it gets a little bit interesting. It's now an odd number. So, oops, wrong one. Sorry. It's obviously an odd number, which means if it's... I'm having some serious problems here. If it's between 20 and 30, and it's obviously an odd number, how did you know it was odd?
Because there was two rows, and there weren't equal amounts in.
And yes, one of them had one dot more. So it has to be between 21, 23, 25, 27, 29. You ready? Yeah. I'll show you one more picture. Let's see what you can get. All right. Now, this works a little bit better if I'm using an actual whiteboard as opposed to a screen that keeps moving around. But here we go. Last one. Ready? Mm-hmm. All right. What do you think?
Uh,
What did you notice about the shape?
It was square.
It was square.
So I think there were 5 groups. So
Right.
if all the dots were there, it would have been 25. But
Right.
all the dots weren't there, so I think it must be 23.
It had to be 23. And let's see. Let's see if you are correct. And I like your reasoning.
Mommy, can you hand this to Dad?
Oh, good. My assistant's here with my coffee.
It's I don't know what it is. It might be coffee, it might be tea.
Oh, good. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You were correct. And here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23.
Mom,
So-
can you get me that?
Your assumption that it had to be odd was correct. And then here, this is a square, and you're right. It would have been 25 had these 2 missing dots been there. Well done.
Oh, thank you very much.
My pleasure. All right. Well, I hope that was useful, and I hope you learned something about anything, really. I really hope you just learned something.